The sky was calm, the sea still, as if the earth itself was holding its breath. Then, deep beneath the ocean's silent floor, pressure shifted. Rock plates ground together in a frictional war that carried the energy of 1,000 atomic blasts. The water above, unaware, waited for the signal that would change history. At 7:59 a.m., the seafloor ruptured violently, sending shockwaves racing through the Indian Ocean. The planet groaned, tectonic scars splitting open beneath unimaginable stress. From that dark wound, a wall of water rose, unseen by satellites and ignored by the tranquil coast still basking in morning light. Nature had begun its quiet countdown. It started small, ripples that fishermen noticed but dismissed as ordinary. Yet those ripples carried death disguised as beauty, moving silently across the horizon. The ocean's behavior was strange, almost intelligent, as if something vast and ancient had awakened from a geological slumber. The sea had chosen to strike. Minutes later, deep-sea sensors detected anomalies, the pressure spikes, the impossible readings. Scientists stared at screens flashing red, calling coastal stations, yet their warnings hit bureaucratic walls and unanswered radios. Communication failed, and the Earth's heartbeat grew louder beneath the waves. The world was seconds away from reckoning. Coastal villages lined with palm trees and morning markets had no idea what was coming. Children played near the receding shoreline, laughing as the sea pulled back in curiosity's trick. Birds flew inland as if guided by panic only animals understood. Silence gave way to a distant, impossible roar. From afar, the horizon darkened, not with clouds, but with the rising back of a giant. A wall of water, higher than buildings, curling like a predator ready to strike. Cameras caught only fragments before vanishing into static. Those who saw it in person never found words to describe it. Then came impact. The first wave struck with unimaginable force, pulverizing everything it touched. Concrete, steel, and bone, all crushed into a single roaring slurry of water and debris. The earth shook again, as if mourning what it had unleashed upon its fragile children. In the chaos, the line between ocean and land dissolved. Highways became rivers, buildings became islands, and families vanished in seconds. The air filled with the deafening sound of collapsing civilization, mixed with the cries of survivors clinging to drifting remains. A paradise had turned into apocalypse. Waves swept inland for miles, scouring every sign of human presence. Cars floated like leaves, temples disappeared beneath brown foam, and animals fled in every direction. There was no escape from the raw momentum of nature's fury, an unstoppable demonstration of the planet's power over its inhabitants. Satellite images revealed the scope hours later, entire coastlines wiped clean. Rescue operations struggled against time, navigating landscapes redrawn by disaster. Governments, scientists, and the military united, confronting not just destruction, but the eerie silence that followed when the ocean finally retreated. Forensic geologists began piecing together the sequence. A fault line near Sumatra, stretching hundreds of miles, had snapped. It displaced a massive volume of water, roughly the size of entire cities raised into motion. This was no ordinary natural event, but one of the most powerful geological shifts recorded by humankind. As data poured in, scientists realized the tsunami had circled the entire globe, reverberating like a planetary heartbeat. Seismic stations in distant continents registered faint echoes hours later. It was as though the Earth itself had cried out, sending shockwaves through the mantle and the minds of every scientist alive. Weeks after, the sea remained unpredictable. Currents changed patterns, deep-water ecosystems shifted mysteriously. Submarine drones captured footage of fissures still venting heat and gas, as if the ocean's crust still writhed in pain. Something below the surface had truly been disturbed. Marine biologists reported unprecedented migrations, whales changing routes, fish disappearing from usual grounds. Instruments recorded strange acoustic signatures echoing through the deep. It was as if the ocean's communication channels had been distorted by the shock. Some called it resonance, the aftersound of Earth's agony. For survivors, time splintered into before and after. Streets once filled with laughter turned into graveyards of salt. Yet amid tragedy, tales emerged, people saved by intuition, dreams, or inexplicable warnings. Some claimed they felt the tremor before it happened, as though the earth whispered directly to their bones. Anomalies soon surfaced in unusual places, compasses misaligned, magnetic fields fluctuated. Researchers traced subtle disturbances across the Indian Ocean basin. Something under the seabed seemed to hum in residual rhythm, a slow pulse detectable even months later. Nature had cracked open a secret and left it trembling. Explorers sent deep-sea vehicles to investigate and found vast chasms newly opened, glowing faintly. They discovered minerals never recorded before, metallic compounds shimmering like veins of living light. It was as though the core of the Earth had exhaled, revealing materials forged in temperatures beyond comprehension. In those depths, cameras captured strange bioluminescent patterns, creatures adapting instantly to disrupted ecosystems. Entire species previously unknown moved through the dark like ghostly sentinels. A new biological frontier had emerged, born from cataclysm rather than evolution. The ocean had rewritten its own rules overnight. As reconstruction began on land, stories spread among coastal communities of recurring ocean murmurs. Locals swore they could hear faint low-frequency sounds at night, rising from the distant horizon. Scientists dismissed them as wave interference, yet recordings later confirmed frequencies unaccounted for in known marine data. Religious leaders and culture keepers interpreted the event as both punishment and warning. They spoke of balance lost, of human arrogance provoking nature's retribution. But under the myth lay truth. The tsunami was not just a flood, but a signal, a reminder that nothing on Earth was truly stable or safe. Satellite anomalies persisted, areas of warm water appearing unexpectedly, drifting like invisible scars. Meteorologists found their models struggling against new unpredictabilities. The world's climate balance had subtly shifted, as if the Great Wave had stirred more than just the sea. Something had awakened the global system itself. Documentary crews returning years later found whole regions unrecognizable. Coral reefs once vibrant now lay bleached and fractured, and the ocean floor carried fresh patterns resembling fingerprints of chaos. The event had imprinted itself deep into geological memory, an eternal scar beneath the waves. The psychological cost was equally deep. Survivors spoke of recurring nightmares, walls of water chasing them endlessly, sirens drowning in static, clocks frozen at that fatal moment. Their stories wove together a mosaic of trauma and awe toward an Earth that had revealed both its beauty and cruelty in a single day. In laboratories, data visualization revealed strange wave harmonics persisting in ocean current models. The tsunami had changed the sea's heartbeat, altering flow, salinity, and equilibrium. Even now, researchers debate whether such events accelerate Earth's internal clock, subtly altering the planet's spin by fractions of seconds. Space agencies joined the investigation, using ocean altimetry from satellites orbiting miles above. The planet's skin appeared more alive, pulsing, flexing, suggesting tidal feedback loops unknown to science. It was as if the tsunami had taught Earth to breathe differently, synchronizing deep ocean mechanics with atmospheric rhythms. The concept of the cascade event gained traction, one anomaly triggering another. Geologists linked increased volcanic activity globally to stress redistribution following the quake. The oceans, it seemed, were not just responding, they were communicating across tectonic thresholds in a planetary language humans were yet to decode. Under newly established tsunami research centers, scientists studied real-time seismic mapping with urgency. Their goal was clear, to predict the next impossible wave. But every simulation ended in discomforting truth: the planet's energy, stored in stone and saltwater, could never be entirely contained or forecasted. Years passed, but coastal infrastructures never fully recovered. Modern seawalls rose taller, alarms sounded louder, yet undercurrents whispered of déjà vu. The memory of that ferocious morning haunted architecture and policy alike. Humanity had learned, too late, that safety was an illusion by design. Seafarers now speak of strange patches of calm amid turbulent waters near the epicenter, a phenomenon of unnatural stillness. Instruments detect microvibrations echoing through the seabed. Some call it the Earth's scar tissue, others whisper that it's still breathing beneath, waiting to rise once more. Anthropologists record how the tragedy reshaped cultures, songs, rituals, and architecture built around respect for unseen depths. The event united nations in grief but also in humility, reminding civilization that progress cannot outrun geology. Every coast remained a conversation with the unknown. The tsunami's shadow still stretches across global awareness. Emergency networks are now faster, satellites sharper, but fear remains in every distant tremor. Humanity's relationship with the ocean changed forever. That day, the planet proved that beauty can transform into terror within a single unscripted breath. Historians mark it not just as disaster, but as revelation. It forced acknowledgement of nature's complexity, its cooperation and chaos entangled. From deep within Earth's crust to the surface air we breathe, nothing exists in isolation. The wave had connected every living system in one vast, terrifying symphony. In hidden labs, some researchers still search the depths near Sumatra, exploring fractures that never sealed. Their sonar picks up echoes unlike anything documented, patterns repeating at perfect intervals, like a code burned into the seabed. Perhaps the Earth is still speaking, testing if we dare to listen again. Today, with every tremor detected, coastal alerts sound across continents. But behind the sirens lies memory, the collective pulse of billions who know what the ocean can do. The tsunami that changed the world remains a ghostly instructor, whispering that even still waters hide wrath beyond imagination. As the camera fades over the endless black surface of the Indian Ocean, we're left with a haunting truth: the planet is alive, and we are temporary guests. The tsunami didn't just shake the Earth, it reminded it to keep breathing. And beneath that calm horizon, the next breath is already forming.